Welcome back. We have 3 ambassadors joining us today from the TRU Study Abroad program. Joining us, closest to me and in order, Preston, Liam in the middle, and on the end, Andrew. Very nice to have you gentlemen here today.
Nice to be here.
Nice to be here.
So tell me a little bit about the TRU Study Abroad program. I have the gist of it. You get to go overseas with university, you're studying, but you're immersed in another culture. Is that the gist of it?
That is the gist of it. What it is, it's 1 or 2 semesters in another country, and basically it's TRU students can continue their studies without delaying them, but still add that travel and international experience to their degree.
While you're over there, are you getting full university credits, like you're taking 5 or 7 courses or whatever the full amount is?
Yeah, all your courses abroad do transfer back, and you do have to set that up before you do go abroad, but they will all transfer back as credits at TRU.
Okay, well, I should say to the viewers as well, Preston and Liam, the 2 closest to me, you guys went to France.
Yes.
And Andrew, you went to the Czech Republic.
Yes, that's right.
So let's talk about it. How long were you there for in France, for you?
I was there for 2 semesters, so about 10 months.
And you were there for 1 semester?
Yeah, for about 5 months.
So how did it go? Were you there at the same time, first of all?
Yes, we did have overlap semesters there.
But we didn't realize it at the time. We only met when we came back.
Really? Which is a good thing, because, you know, moving to another country is kind of cool. You're making new friends. You're forced into the culture. You're forced to speak some French. How's the French?
It's much better than when we went. For me, that was part of the reason to go, to learn French. So I came back, and basically I'm comfortable in Francophone areas now, which was a huge improvement.
Good for you. What about you?
Yeah, I didn't speak barely any French before I went, so I actually learned quite a bit, and now I can say I'm confident with it.
Are people in France open to people speaking English, or do they want to see you try?
I think they're definitely happy to see you try. Yeah. It does get a little tricky in sometimes, but I think that's with learning any language.
And from what I understand, Quebec French and France French are 2 different things.
They're fairly close, but there's just, it's sort of like British English and Canadian English. Okay. There's more of an accent difference than anything.
Okay. So for you, Liam, what was the best experience about going to France?
I think the best experience was just going out and trying new things and seeing a different part of the world. I think just like learning everything that I did over there was probably the best experience about it.
Good for you. And Andrew, Czech Republic, pick up the language?
I did my best.
Yeah.
I didn't quite succeed, but...
It can't be an easy language. Like I was just saying off air, we all have a little bit of French in high school, but Czech doesn't really slip into the daily regimen of grade 12, right?
That was one thing I was trying to accomplish there. I'm like, you know, I'm going to really rock this language. I'm totally going to get into it. And I just found it so complicated, but I think I came back a much mature person, and I learned my faults when learning languages, so I think I can apply that to future.
Traveling and living on your own in another country is a great character building experience for sure.
Yes, I'm test.
What made you choose the Czech Republic, I'm curious?
I'd actually been there before, and I just had a big interest in Central Europe, the culture, the history, and I just thought to myself, you know, I've been there before, I've read lots about it, but I want to actually live it this time. I want to be not just a tourist, I want to be a resident there. And I think I accomplished that to a great degree.
And this is the difference, right, from being a tourist and maybe going somewhere for 3 weeks. You're going for half a year. That's a real chance to immerse yourself in that culture and come back with that education that you can't get in the textbook.
Yes, absolutely.
Coming up next week, 2 days actually at TRU in the IB Panorama Room, there are seminars in case you're interested or you know someone who might be interested in this TRU Study Abroad program. Tell me why you think people should take a look at this. Students who are currently going to TRU, who would be interested in this type of an opportunity?
I think it can reach a whole diversity of students. I mean, not just those wanting to study abroad. I think this is a great degree booster. You're not, you know, when you're going to grad school or even a future career, you have to sell yourself somehow. And it's like, look, I can demonstrate maturity. I went outside of my comfort zone and I was studying in another country, whatever that might be.
Exactly. And for you guys?
Well, with the French language, obviously, it's a real help for jobs in Canada, but as well, we hear a lot more each year about globalization and how the world's getting smaller, and employers know that, and they're looking for that. So having that experience of being able to deal with any problems that come up while you're traveling and being outside your comfort zone, it's a real plus, especially once you're finished your degree and you're getting out into the workforce.
Fantastic. So these 2 seminars are next week, November 19th and November 22nd in the IB Panorama Room. It's right there on the screen. You may or may not be there, but there will be other ambassadors there to share their experiences, right?
Correct.
Awesome. Anything else you guys would like to add?
Just thank you for having us here.
You're very welcome, and I think it's great what you guys have done. I think it's a great opportunity while in school to travel and study at the same time. It's a win-win, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and there's so many opportunities for it. Like it becomes a question of where can't you go to where you can go.
That's my next question quickly. Where can you go? How many different countries can people go to? Do you know?
There is 40 countries with over 200 different universities.
That's fantastic. Lots of options.
Yes, tons.
Thank you for coming on and sharing your experiences with us.
Well, thank you.
Thanks for having us.
You're very welcome. Monday and Thursday of next week in the IB Panorama Room. You can go to tru.ca/welcome and find out a little bit more about this. As well, the phone number at TRU, of course, 250-828-5000. We'll take a 2-minute break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.